I was like, I had to scroll on up for a second. Okay, let's get into some Housewives news. And that's about Miss Brit Eady, because word on the curb is she did not show up to the reunion. Kenya was not invited to the reunion. And I hope Bravo, was all this worth it? Like, y'all sat up in here, you fired Kenya, or you suspended her, or you took her off the damn show because of this whole situation with Brit. I guess hoping that she wouldn't file a lawsuit. But she did her little season. She did the show. And now she's suing. So was it worth it? Y'all try to do all of this stuff and y'all still got a lawsuit thrown against you? So, according to court documents obtained by People, Eady filed a $20 million suit on Thursday, June 5th, against Bravo, NBC, and production companies True Original and Endemol Shine North America, alleging defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, false light, and sexual harassment, and a hostile work environment. The suit stems from an incident that occurred on episode 5 of Real Housewives of Atlanta's currently airing 16th season, which was filmed last June, in which castmate Kenya Moore displayed a poster board with explicit images of a woman she suggested was Eady giving a professional during her hair spa opening party. That means the gawk gawk, the hosh gosh whoosh wash. That's what she was doing, apparently. A baloney wash, as I like to call it. Now, because Moore was working for the network, Eady is also suing them by respondent superior, a legal doctrine that holds employees responsible for the wrongful conduct of their employees. The notice calls Moore's statement about Eady false, defamatory, harassing, and damaging, and claims that the images were not of Eady. Additionally, it alleges that Eady did not see the explicit photograph until after certain of these events were aired on Bravo nearly a year later. But sis, you were aware that this stuff was going around. This was the rumor. This was the story that was floating around long before the show aired. Where was all of this then? So you wanted to wait and see like where you were going to place in the world of Bravo and how you were going to be perceived on the show. Not necessarily saying that Bravo's off the hook. I just want to understand like why now all of a sudden you saying what you saying? Because before the stuff even aired, before you even know what was going on, you were even aware of why Kenya was kicked off the show while y'all were filming. But yet you continued to film the show. You knew she wasn't there. She didn't film with a lot of you girls after that episode. Y'all even did a whole thing on it about her being kicked off because of what she did. You were aware of what she did. Yeah, you wait till the season's halfway over and them ratings is dead in the water. Like we've been talking about how bad the ratings have been this season because the show has been a bone certified flop. Now all of a sudden you want to sue Bravo and NBC. Fuck out of here with this. Now you can sit and do what you need to do, but this is giving stunt shows and shenanigans. Like I just don't understand that. And you gonna sit up and say it's not you, bitch. We know it's you. Stop it. So they said that further, the manner in which the episode was aired falsely yet unmistakably implied that graphic sexual photograph presented by the cast member depicted Eady. She alleges on information and belief defendants knew that the photograph did not depict Eady or at least were reckless or grossly negligent in failing to learn that the photograph did not depict her. Eady claims she attempted to see the photo before the episode aired, but the network refused to show it to her. By the way, well, girl, can you just check the internet? Because that's where Kenya claims she got the information. She said she just looked it up on the Google. And you was out there full on with a peen in your mouth. So somebody was out here posting revenge porn of you. And she said that's what she got it. She got it from the internet. So it wouldn't have been that hard for you to look up stuff about yourself and see if the picture was out there. So, quote, by the way of foregoing, defendants contributed to the hostile work environment for Eady and sexually harassed plaintiff by subjecting Eady to unwelcome, offensive, and sexualized behavior and comments based on her gender by requiring her to continue working in an environment in which she had been subject to the gendered attack, creating an inferior condition or privilege of empowerment because of her gender. It concluded by requesting the immediate removal of the episode from public access on all platforms, networks, and media outlets in the defendant's control, along with a public statement acknowledging the episode shared a false depiction of Eady and a monetary reward that included the legal fees. And they'll probably be like, you know what? Because you signed the contract and you signed to be able to do whatever, you've given NBC, you've given Bravo, you've given all of them access to fair use. So that'll probably be their argument. I kind of wonder if they'll bring this up. Did they shoot the reunion already? I don't know. But if they haven't, I wonder if they'll ask Miss Phaedra, because she's supposed to be the legal ego of the show and in real life, if Miss Brit got a case and what she thinks of the whole situation. But then again, I don't know if we could trust what comes out of Phaedra mouth, because Phaedra is in the good graces of being back in the throes of Bravo and TV, so she might not give a real good answer regarding this whole situation. So if there's any legal eagles out there that understand the law, if y'all let me know if there's an actual case to be brought about in this situation. But I do feel like after all of this, I do wonder if all of this was worth it. But they said that it concluded by requesting the immediate removal of the episode, and that Eady and it said, along with the public statement acknowledging the episode shared a false depiction and a monetary reward that included the legal fees. If the defendants failed to appear, Eady asked that the judgment be issued for the sum of not less than $20 million, with interest and the cost of fees of this action. And so people did reach out to her attorneys for comment. Bravo declined to comment when contacted by People. However, Andy Cohen apparently has something to say. And shout out to the Shade Room for capturing that. So I'm gonna pull up his tweet or his post. And yeah, he said this is reaching a level of petty that's beyond even anything I've seen. So it was subliminal when he put that, but people were asking, well, Andy, what do you mean? We don't know what you mean by this. You being a little vague with your little comment. But people in the comments was like, too much is going on, Andy. The girls are fighting everywhere, and we need you to be more specific. Another person said, it's not going to get petty unless Elon exposes the ear shooting was staged and his hair is a toupee. Now, don't get it. Now, here's the thing. You sitting there talking about the level of petty. Are we talking about Trump and Elon, or are you talking about Brit? I want to go on a limb and say that he's not even acknowledging what's going on with this current lawsuit. I think that he's referring to Elon and Trump and they're fighting. I think that's what he's referring to, because this makes no sense. It doesn't fit in with this, like you're saying, this is reaching a level of petty that's beyond anything I've ever seen. Because Brit's lawsuit is like, okay, it's another day, another lawsuit being thrown at Bravo. We already got one with what's going on with the one with Brandy Glanville and I'm really Caroline Manzo and that whole Ultimate Girls Trip thing. There was drama with that. Then there was the drama with the recent lawsuit with Leah McSweeney. Nene Leakes at one point had one. She dropped it. And so we've been hearing a lot of drama going on with Bravo and their lawsuits and this, that, and the other. So I'm guessing that he's referring to what's happening in the White House, the Real Housewives, the White House edition, where Annie should be moderating that. And you got Trump, Hegseth, Elon. You can get Pam Bondi up in there. You could throw in Kristi Noem. You could also throw in who else? Caroline Levitt, that broad, the one that took over Corinne Jean-Pierre position, who now I heard just turned independent, probably because she saw all that shit going on during the Biden administration. She's like, fuck the Democrats and the Republicans. I'm about to go full on independent, which I'm actually I told her I'm changing my status to independent. I got to go get me one of those new real IDs. I have an appointment for next month. So when I get one of those, I'm definitely changing my political affiliation to independent. I just got to fill out the paperwork. So that way, by the time July get around here, I'll have all my stuff done and I go get this damn ID. So yeah, so that's the latest on this whole situation, but I definitely want to hear from y'all. What do you guys think of this story regarding Brit Eady filing a lawsuit against Bravo, saying that, yeah, there's been defamation, the explicit photo wasn't her. I'm not buying it in regards to that, because I'm like, sis, if this is of course they're not going to show it on TV because they had to blur it, but I'm like, you can hit up Kenya, but Kenya probably going to be like, girl, bye, hang up the phone. She ain't got time to talk to her and and deal with you in your little frivolous lawsuit. So yeah, I definitely want to hear from you in regards to what you think of this story. And I already said she's a one and done this season because if you file a lawsuit against Bravo, they're not gonna want you back on the Housewives. But then again, after this, Atlanta, y'all need to take a pause. And there needs to be a rejustification of this show, similar to what they're doing with Jersey and New York and all the other ones that's on the struggle bus. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.